مشكله يا جدعان معايا اللي بقى السكرين محدش عليها بس انا والله خايف عليك ما عنديش مشكله مش مشكله بس لايف بليز لايف more romantic but there is an issue actually I'm not sure improving it so can I send you the link if you'd like to I'm not sure if with the light the things will be I guess the slide will be fine even if you turn on the light can you oh too much time. Now, as you like, if you that you cannot see well, it's fine. We can turn it off. I'm sorry. I changed my mind. That's fine. I'm Hesham Mohammed. It's my pleasure to see you all. Wallahi, I'm so much honored to see you all and to meet again and again. Thank you so much for coming first. Let's start with something, if you don't mind. Can you silence your mobile phones, if you don't mind? If you don't mind. Here. Once it rings or peeps or whatever, you'll come here and sing a song. Sure. Okay, so let's start. As for our agenda, let's start at first. The session, as you see, is about digital tools for interactive online teaching and learning. Let me say here that these are like some tools that you are going to use together. It will help us personally as teachers, as educators, and of course we can use with our students. Let's start with the agenda, how to select material based on student proficiency levels. Number two, selecting supplementary materials to aid different students. Selecting self-study materials for students that the students use outside the classroom to encourage learner autonomy. And at the end, inshallah, there will be some useful websites and links that hopefully, inshallah, will be shared with you. But at the end of the session, because I don't want anyone to wait till the end of the session. And I'm so much honored to have my teacher here and my colleagues and friends, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. So let's start. Number one, let's start with the idea of the Common European Reference, which is actually the base for our work when we want at first to know what the level or the proficiency level of our students is. And actually, by the way, it's essential for us, okay, to know what our proficiency level is. You'll find that in many jobs. When you apply for the job, you are asked about your proficiency level, right? So the point here is that for our friends who don't know much about the CFR, actually it is, let's say, the latest way of deciding what your proficiency level is. In the past, we used to say that the students or the learners levels start with basic, beginner, intermediate, and upper intermediate, and advanced. And now we have something else represented in the CFR, or the Common European Framework of Reference by Kim. And CFR starts with the basic level, still you go intermediate, and upper intermediate, and then advanced. This is step number one. Fine. And something which is really important, but we don't have much time to talk about it, will be great if you relate the CEFR level to the other scale, like Cambridge English scales, and the most important here, which is the IELTS. Fine. We can talk about this later, which is actually essential. Of course, to decide the proficiency, what the proficiency level of a student is, we need to have sort of placement tests. Actually, there are a lot of placement tests online. You will find a lot of them. I have chosen actually today just two of them. The first one is Cambridge, and let's have a look at Cambridge first, and then the other one is from usingenglish.com, which also another website, which is a great one that will help you a lot as teachers. You know, we all as teachers, sometimes we need to find like ready-made exercises and stuff like that, or some ideas that will help us in with our classes. Let's have a look at these two links first and how to work with them. So the first one, for test your English, you will find here 4 categories, and the 4 actually are for different purposes. You see, the first one is for general English, the second one is for schools, then for business English, and then for young learners. And the question here is, do you think that this placement test alone will tell you 100% your students' proficiency level? 100%? Of course not. This will be just a way to have an idea, because you cannot do without having a productive skill test. Something you need to test their writing, you need to test their speaking, and by the way, there must be a human element here, which means that there must be a teacher or an educator who's going to assess their right level. Anyway, let's go through this quickly. Let's start with the general English test, and it's a piece of cake, as you see here. It has a variety of questions, let's say testing your knowledge of the language, grammar, vocabulary, structure, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All that you are going to do is that you choose the right answer, and then you do the 25 sentences or questions. And then after that, you will get a score, and this score will tell you what your proficiency level according to the CFR is. This is the first website. And as I told you, if we go back to the rest of them, if you'd like to test your knowledge about business English, if you need something for young learners, for children, this also will help a lot, because they are not the same. The second one is using English, and I love this website. Actually, it includes a lot of level tests. It's perfect. Usingenglish.com. Fine. And as you see here, you will find different types of tests. One of them is, as you see, for advanced, for beginners, and another one for intermediate. Let's have a look. Fine, with the same idea, and then you get a score at the end. But let's see this chance and have a look at these great websites. It's lovely that I keep marketing for all these websites. And no comments. What if you Okay. I will tell you the story at the end. Anyway, why I'm saying that, I will tell you. Okay, here you'll find a lot of materials that will help you a lot. you can surf the website and enjoy, even with reading comprehension and a lot of lovely stuff. And now let's move to another one. We all agree that, we all know that we've got the 4 language skills that are right? And 2 of them are what we call input skills, research exactly, which are exactly, and we have productive
Speaking.
I love the song.
Serious.
Sorry.
No one.
Somebody sing the song. You need the song.
You have to sing.
I have, it's not mine, wallah. Yeah. Somebody, it's yours.
Fine.
I love that. We need you to sing the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair punishment.
Okay, so the idea here is that the 4 skills are needed actually they need to be integrated and they complete each other. So, and we have to encourage our students to do that. We have to motivate them to do that they need to do a lot of listening to be able to speak. And then through the listening, they will be able to write, and through reading, they will be able to get ideas to speak and write. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So the 4 skills are, of course, integrated. That's the point. We cannot do without any of them. And what is the first thing that we must start with, that we need to encourage them? Excellent. Thank you so much. And I always give this example for babies when they start learning the language. They start first by, and then they start to learn how to read and write. Perfect. And now we come to a perfect website. Don't misunderstand me. I work for the American University, but don't misunderstand me. I'm not marketing for anybody. I belong to this place.
It's recorded. It's recorded.
Anyway, let me tell you that, wallah, this is one of the best websites ever. Okay? And I'll just go through the website and show you how we can use this to help our students and to help ourselves even when we use this great website, the British Council Learn English website. It will work on the phone. The same thing.
It's prevented.
Okay, thank God. Okay, very quickly, let me go through the links before I talk about the main topic that I would like to discuss here. Here, we'll talk about the 4 skills of the language. You will find the grammar, and this is really important because as you see here, even the grammar is categorized based on what? CFR, with the same idea, because there is grammar for A1 and then A2 and then B1 and B2 and so on. And this is something that some teachers may not think about sometimes, that we love our kids, we need to give them all things once, and this is not correct, of course. There must be let's level the amount of grammar and the topics that we need to give to our students. I will not talk about this. Then with the same idea, you've got vocabulary, you've got business English, and you've got general English, and this is super actually. Here you will find the video zone where you will find videos with the script, exercises, with the same idea. You'll find audio, and the audio series is perfect. And you have also mobile apps for both Android and iOS. Exactly. Let's have a quick look at that. Fine. Perfect applications. Fine. And now let's go back to the skills. What's great about the skills here, you'll find that we have the 4 skills with materials, and what is good about, again, we have the same idea, which is the C, exactly, great, according to the CEFR. Fine. That's why I started the session with talking about the CEFR. Let's start with the first one for the listening. I just picked like one example from each section. Fine. And as you see here, we got like different exercises. And let me show you how we can use this with our students. Number 1, you will find that preparation part, and it's a perfect part because Actually, you find that it will help you to pre-teach some of the items that you're going or that they are going to listen to during the task itself. Fine, you do the exercise, for example, but let me comment on something here. You may think that the A1 here belongs to the lowest level of the language, but actually not for the British Council website. It's a bit above, honestly. For example, a word like urgent is not an A word, A1 word. Fine, but still, you will notice that they will learn something new. Now let's, for example, you are going to put the sentence in the correct group. So urgent.
Do this first.
Thank you. And let's make some mistakes. It's a priority. It is urgent. Let's make it not urgent. It's important, and there is no hurry. After you finish, it tells you, yes, you made 2 mistakes. So you get instant feedback. Say that you would like to save time, you need to check your answer, just show the answer. Right? After that, you will find the audio. And what is great about the audio is that it got that transcript. With that transcript, we can do something, which is through listening and reading along. Actually, it's a perfect idea, although a lot of educators may contradict me about that. Because the books has it hey, let them just listen without looking at the lyrics of the song or the transcript. But I have my own opinion here, and you can contradict me if you want. What if the students listened and they got nothing? What is the benefit? Fine. How about starting it step by step, that they try, because you agree with me that we don't have much listening in our classes. By starting with the listening with the script, and then after that, they will gain confidence to do it on their own. Right? Through listening and read along, they can learn a lot of things. They will learn grammatical issues, grammar, structure, new vocabulary, even speaking patterns, intonation, you got what I mean, connect speech, and a lot of stuff. Anyway, here you have the audio, and this is the task. It's fine if they do it while listening, which is preferable, of course. And then you have another task that they can do with instant feedback. And then at the end, you've got the worksheet, which is the PDF, and it's downloadable. It's free. You can use it and send it to your students. You can print out. It includes everything. And then at the end, it comes with the script and the answer key. Fine. This is for the first section of this great website. I will go through the rest goes with the same idea. Because I don't want to take much time talking about this. What is different with the speaking part is that it comes in the form of a video. Fine. And that is nice. There's something nice about it. If we have a look at this, it comes in the form of a video. This is something about giving instructions, for example, with the same idea. And what is great about the video is that, again, it comes with the script. And then we have something else, which is the closed caption, which means that you can listen. What is the video?
You know what to say when you give instructions. Listen out for useful language for giving instructions.
That idea.
Is there anything else?
And it comes.
Just press the button.
It comes in real life situations. You got me? With similar ideas, you'll find a lot of stuff in this great website. And let's move to the next one. There is something before I move here about the British Council. I would recommend it for everybody to start and to go through it from A1. Because even if the level of the learner is above that, still they will learn something new. I've tried this by myself. Now let's move to something else, which is selecting audio and video. We already talked about this, right? Let's talk about more materials that we can find online. I love this website, which is called talkenglish.com. Here you will have a variety of many things. As you see here, number one, you've got listening lessons. And as you see here with basic, intermediate, and even advanced ones. More materials here. Conversation video lessons, the same idea. Grammar, but this you'll find it in the form of video. Okay, and other stuff that you'll find on this wonderful website. Plus,
Apps.
mobile apps, exactly. Fine. So let's move. Sorry. Okay. Let's check this website. Just let's go through it quickly. As I told you, you'll find at first the listening part, speaking English lesson, and see all levels, even business English. Do we need that in our classes? Signs, even idioms and phrases. Let's have a look at the video part. We've got something like conversation video. Of course, choose the topic that you want. Okay. And actually, wallahi, I tried this. By the way, of course, they have their own YouTube channel, and they have a lot of stuff that's really useful with the same idea.
I had lunch with Sue today.
Your ex-girlfriend.
Yes, we bumped into each other at the store.
He's back in town.
Yeah, she moved back last month.
Are you going?
Fine.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
How can we use this app for our classmates?
I will tell you something. Personally,
Especially for the speaking task.
I will tell you. Actually, here for our courses, we work on, or we use the methodology of task-based learning. So we usually send them the materials for class, and supposedly they prepare.
Yes.
You got me? Anyway, you will find that some of them exactly complete the classroom task-based. Fine. Sometimes they prepare. Some people care about that, and I just send them a list of all the links after that. They use them their own, and wallahi, it made a great difference in their life. I had one of my, wallahi, it's a true story. One of my students who, this was maybe a year or two ago, her proficiency level was so low actually. Although I remember what she told me. She told me, you know, Mr. Hesham, I spent like 8 hours studying English every day and there's no change. I told her, as simple as that, you are following the wrong way. You are taking the train of Alexandria to go to Aswan. As simple as that. Then I told her the way, and wallahi, she's a very hard worker, actually. She's a very hardworking learner, and wallahi, after some time, I found her phoning me and telling me that she started to work as a teacher of English. I swear to God, this happens. Fine. So the point that whenever there is a need, there is a way.
Classroom. How can we use it? It's not affect the classroom. How can we use it?
You can play it during the class. Why not? Pre-teach them vocabulary. Teach them some, here, as you see, if you look at the material here, you find some new vocabulary that they can learn during the class. You are the queen of the class. You do whatever you want. See what's suitable for you. I don't have like sort of one recipe for everything. And nobody does actually. More videos, listening, plus, as you see here, plus grammar, and a lot of stuff that you can use on your own after our presentation if you don't mind. Fine. Now, I guess at least you got the idea. Does anybody have any idea about that? Okay. The idea is that we've got here Oxford 3000 and Oxford 5000. The story here is that actually they made it even 10,000 a short time ago. The story here is that Oxford University discovered that there are actually about 3,000 words in English, and these words are the most commonly used words in everyday life. Fine. And the point here is that they say, or based on research, they said that if you know that 3,000 words, they are not actually 3,000, they are 3,500 something. If you know them, you will be able to understand about 85, maybe more, of whatever you hear or you read. Is this a good idea? And then they came with another list, which is the 5,000 for a higher level. Let's go through this and let's see how this works. And I always tell my students that there is a lovely surprise for you. At your level, if somebody is going to sing now or dance. So I tell my students, and they love this idea so much, if their level, if they are B1, for example, let me tell you that they know more than 2,000 words of German. In this website, you will find something. At first, you will have the list of the whole, or the whole list here. And what is great about it, you check, and it is according to the level. Say that, I don't know the meaning of the word absolute. It takes you to Oxford Dictionary. You listen to the British pronunciation.
Absolute.
American.
Absolute.
You got the definition. You got me? Which is great. So here, as you see, we encourage our students to do it in different ways. And then we have a more practical way to do that. Even I can filter the list the way I want, and instead of selecting all. So please, Oxford 3000, get me the vocabulary of A1 and A2. Voila. Fine. And then we come to the downloads part, which is super. With the downloads, we'll find that the lists are, somebody's gonna sing. Read it. Again, with the same idea. So here it is. What do you think? These are PDFs. The students, you can print, forget about printing out. They do it the way you like. Fine. You know what I mean. Fine. They are going to print out and they start learning or highlighting the words that they need to know. With the same idea, now somebody will ask me about the difference between 3,000 and 5,000. The difference is that this list ends with the beginning of B2. And the one of 5,000 is for higher level, for B2 and C1 as you see. Did you get me?
Yes.
That is the difference.
Excuse me, I was
Please.
reading.
No, sorry.
Can this be beneficial for nowadays students, given with this words and highlight whatever you
I will tell you. I tried that with many students. Actually, they are adult students. Well, even for the young ones who care about learning. Okay, they tell me they have a target. They have a target. All right, tell them you must have a target. What's my target is at least to know these words, because this will help me to understand. They need to know what's in it for me. What will happen to me if I do that? This is really important. So imagine that somebody, for example, is applying for a job or is acquiring like high band in IELTS or whatever. He must know or she must know these words. So they start learning it, but with on one condition that I tell them you must know the meaning of the word and how to use it in English and know the definition and example and stuff like that. And then automatically I motivated them by doing something else. I just get them a listening task with the script, or for example, or a comprehension passage, and then I tell them, look at this, do you know this word? Do you know this word? And now they refer to the Oxford and we found that it is there. So tell them they are the most commonly used words. So somehow you will find that it's a must to study them. And then the way that they study it, that's for that one. You don't mind, I just have about 10 minutes. Let's move to a good survey. Sorry, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. No photos, no way. Wait a minute. I've got a surprise. Okay.
Websites.
This is
Websites.
no, these are my links. I don't want to share with anybody. No. Not going to give anybody anything. Not even the partner. So, what is great here is that there is an application. See how you have mobile apps, and they love that. That's fine. I love that. Okay, and let them enjoy it. And as you see here, they even added 10K. And now, these are like some links that I always say that they are. That rule was very far-sighted. He said that it wasn't decent. Yeah, it was very far-sighted. The point is that gentlemen are not that patient enough. You're not patient. Okay, anyway, I always say that these are the most essential links that all learners need. We'll go through them quickly, and then you will find a video that explains how to use them in detail, where you'll get the link one day. Okay. So the first one is the BBC pronunciation. I would recommend it. We all have, or sometimes, let's say most of us might have some issues in pronunciation related to our mother language, and this is normal. We shouldn't make a fuss about that. It's fine. Look at Indians and how they speak the language. Look at Chinese, for example, or other people. So it's not a big issue, but at least let's try with the students to make them articulate, pronounce the word in the right. In this great website, forget about the first section of Tim. Tim has a sort of a workshop to fix pronunciation for people, right? But actually for a higher level. Let's scroll down and have a look at these sounds. And let's start with, as you see, you've got short vowel sounds, long vowel sounds. And let's start with one of the most commonly mispronounced sound in English, in Egypt, I mean. And I say zabuk, right? So look at this and look at the video. I would like you notice here something that, and I'd like you to draw the attention of your kids or students about that. I always call my students my kids anyway. You will find that the camera is focused on her face and there is a focus on. You agree with me that this is the way to articulate the word. You see, they will enjoy that, and then there comes some examples about that. Right? Fine, but I would recommend that for you. I tell my students, I tell them, my advice to you is to go through this. Get your headsets, sit alone, listen, repeat, and this will fix everything, inshallah. Fine, I would recommend it for you to refer to that. The other one is Oxford Dictionary. Let's have a look at this once more and show you more of the options that we have here. Fine. What is great about it is that, as we said, it gets you the British pronunciation.
Advantage.
You know, to see something.
The level.
The level of the word, exactly. This tells you that this is a key word of Oxford. See, as if everything is related to everything. And what is great about it, tell your students about that. If you don't know the meaning of a word, just double click the word. Hesham doesn't know the meaning of the word significant. Double click it, it takes you to significant. Lovely?
Yeah.
These are more options about it. It tells you about nearby words, about what part of the speech it is. It's open. With the same idea, you've got two more dictionaries, but I will not talk about them. A Longman dictionary and the Collins, and they give the same idea, but the difference is that you'll find pronunciation of the whole sentence. Another one is Al-Ma'ani, Qamus al-Ma'ani. Now we're talking about Arabic, because most of our students refer to Google Translate, and Google as a database does not always give you the right words. What is nice about Al-Ma'ani, Qamus al-Ma'ani, is that it gives you the meaning of the word based on its field, and these are the fields. And of course, it is one of the best, or the best actually, website for translation, and even it's even used by translators, by professional translators. That I recommend it for you to refer to them. Two more websites. The first one is ESL Fast or ESL Robot, and this will be a great idea. And the students, hopefully, inshallah, will love that website a lot, because it happens to all of us, or to them, that sometimes we want to say something and we don't know how to say it. Doesn't it happen? Yeah. So we need situations to, and we need to see this in situations. You'll find that the website is giving you like 25 topics, and they are nearly all the topics that we need in our life. Let's take, for example, college life. You choose any one. It gives you, as you see, again, listen and read along with the audio, the script, And what is great is that the script comes in different, I mean, the same words in different ways, which will be great. And the last one, I guess, most, if not all of you know, which is ESL Lab. With a similar idea, this great website includes listening quizzes categorized into easy, intermediate, and difficult. What is good about it is that I always motivate my students to set a plan for themselves. Say every day I'll finish 1 or 2 tasks, for example. Okay, choose a topic that you want. Let's say, for example, anything. Okay, college life. Fine. What is great about it, you will look, is that it teaches you, like some idioms. You have the task. Fine. You have the task here. Encourage the students to read the questions first, and then play the audio and answer. And again, you will get instant. Wow, that's right. See, because I'm Egyptian. Okay, no, I made a mistake. Fine, and then you get, as I told you, instant. Oh my God. Wow, lovely, amazing. Wallah. Typical Egyptian, even without listening or be proud that you are Egyptian. It's fine. And what is nice out of it, you get an instant score, and again with the same idea, but here we have more. You got the script so that you can play it with the script, plus you've got the word and its definition. You see, this is something about this great website, and me, this is my, I will not call it a YouTube channel. It's like a space where I keep some videos of mine. Okay? Let's learn English with Hesham. I hope I will see you in Connect and the Hello training of the Ministry of Education. It would be my pleasure because I already gave sessions, alhamdulillah, there. It's my pleasure to see you all. Everybody's taking notes and stuff. This is my Facebook. It would be my pleasure to see you all. You are not patient. You are not patient. Yeah, gentlemen are always like that. Yes. Fine. You need a PowerPoint again and again. Can you watch this video? This is actually not a surprise, actually. Just a minute. Let me, if you don't mind, if you allow me to watch this video together. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Just give me a minute, sorry.
التكنولوجي في كل مجال محتاجين كمدربين او مدرسين نغير الطريقه، ندرب الناس بتاعنا، كمان نغير الطريقه بنحول حياتنا بالتعليم عشان يبقى صح. أنا هشام محمد، عندي خبرة 27 سنة في مجال التدريب والتدريب، مدرب مدرسين محترف، شاركت معاك المدرسين على استخدام أحدث أساليب التدريس واستخدام التكنولوجي في العملية التعليمية. شاركت عدد كبير من المنظمات الدولية والمحلية، المنظمات دي كانت مهتمة باستخدام التكنولوجي وأساليب التدريس الحديثة للوصول لأحسن نتيجات العملية التعليمية. الكورس ده هنتعلم مع بعض يعني ايه بلندد ليرنينج، ازاي هو الطريقة رقم 1 في تسجيل التدريس. هنتعرف على أنواع البلندد ليرنينج ومن كل نوع تحديات وطريقة التطبيق. في نهاية الكورس هنقدر نحدد القيمات المختلفة للطلبة والطريقة المناسبة لكل قسم. تقدر انك تطبق البلندد ليرنينج سواء كمدرب او مدرس او الكورس ده مش موجه لمدرب او مدرس، ده موجه لاي حد حابب ان هو يتعلم حاجه جديده فينا.
And
Are you the founder?
scroll down.
Founder?
No, I'm not the school. Like samples of the session, I would recommend it for you to watch this and the links. These are if you I guess we met before, right? Oh, take photos, excellent.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Men, gentlemen have to be patient.
Yes.
Sure. I am married and I can tell you. Now you can keep in touch with me. خلاص أزيرة؟ خلاص before you leave, at first I would like you, your feedback is highly appreciated. Kindly scan the QR code and send me your feedback. It would be my pleasure. And as simple as that, if you want the links, you just scan that QR code.
Yeah. Wait.
You want everything that's said in the setting, just scan that QR code and you'll find everything. Simple as that. Thank you so much, everybody. I have enjoyed my